Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball history through card breaks and the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. Today we're opening this pack of 1998 Topps. We're also going to talk about baseball in the late 90s, and hopefully you'll learn something new. Let's get going. All right, so this is an interesting era for baseball. A memorable year in 1998. The Yankees won the World Series. They had, quite honestly, one of the best teams of all time. And also, there was the famous home run chase. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey Jr. for a time. There's quite a few other interesting things that happened that year. Cal Ripken's longtime Iron Man streak came to an end. Also, the Tampa Bay Rays and Arizona Diamondbacks played their first year in MLB. And also, in 1998, I was 12 years old, and I pretty much all I ever did was watch baseball. So, this is my era, definitely. And so let's open this pack, and let's see who's inside. Well, we're on the lookout, of course, for interesting players, Hall of Fame players, those kinds of guys. So, let's see what we got. All right, so we'll start with the cards on the top here. So Harold Baines. I have seen quite a few Harold Baines cards in my day, and this is a good one. This is from later in his career. He was, of course, a great DH with with a few different teams, including the Chicago White Sox, also the Oakland A's, the Texas Rangers, and then he was part of some really good Orioles teams in the late 90s, as you can see here. I also, as part of some of these cards, I've opened a pack of 1989 Upper Deck, and interestingly enough, that was also the first card in that pack was a Harold Baines card. So kind of a funny coincidence there. Andrew Jones. So this is an all-star rookie card for Andrew Jones. I don't know if this is technically a rookie card. I would be surprised if it was, because he made his big debut breakthrough in the postseason in 1996 for the Braves. And then 97, he had a great year. He may have even been Rookie of the Year in 97. I'm not positive, but in the National League. But Andrew Jones burst on the scene, as I said, 19 years old, center fielder from Curacao with the Braves in the World Series, and went on to have a great career from there. One of the greatest defensive center fielders ever to put on a uniform. No question about that, Andrew Jones. Somebody who garnered years of respect, played, most memorably most of his years with Atlanta. I believe that Andrew Jones put together a Hall of Fame caliber career, and I think he deserves enshrinement in Cooperstown. He has not gotten elected as of this date in 2023. That is something that is entirely possible that could change at some point. And that would be awesome if it did, because I think in my mind he deserves it. He should be a Hall of Famer. Carlos Perez. I don't know anything about Carlos Perez other than, again, playing in the Expos. You don't get a good look at the 97 uniforms there. But he obviously played for the Expos, and I love the Expos uniforms. It's one thing you'll know about me from these videos. Scott Erickson was an outstanding pitcher for many years in the American League. A lot of great years with the Twins as well as the Orioles. At this point, he was a kind of a key cog in the rotation for the Orioles as they had some of their good postseason teams. He kind of burst onto the scene as a young starting pitcher for the Twins during their great era of the early 90s, and was like the young ace basically of that team that won the World Series in 91. Sort of the old ace was Jack Morris, and the young ace was Scott Erickson. And Erickson had a pretty distinguished career for many years in the American League. As a fan of and I am a Red Sox fan, as a fan of the Red Sox, I was never happy when I saw that Scott Erickson was pitching for the other team. So anyway, Mel Rojas, it's a familiar name. I think he's been around in the coaching ranks as well, but was a pitcher for the Mets during this era of the late 90s. So this is really cool. This is and you saw this on the front of the pack, that they were throwing in some of these kind of like replica cards, and this looks like a 1972 Topps card, which would have been Roberto Clemente's last year. You kind of see that there's a 25th anniversary card here. I could talk for a while about Roberto Clemente, and again, like I said, he was on the front of this pack. A Hall of Fame right fielder, one of the greatest right fielders ever to play in the game of baseball. He played his entire career with the Pittsburgh Pirates, won the World Series with them in 1960 as well as 1971. I believe he was the MVP of the World Series in 1971. You can see that this was near the end of his career. In 1972, he played his last year with the Pirates. He got 3,000 hits right on the dot. Was his last hit in the big leagues. Roberto Clemente was a humanitarian and somebody who was believed in helping his fellow man. And in I think it was New Year's Eve, 1972, he was aboard a plane that was bringing relief items to hurricane victims in Nicaragua, when his plane crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, and his body was never recovered. And just a sad, tragic end to an incredible life, a life well lived. One thing that you have to mention when you talk about Roberto Clemente was that he was such a influential player, because he was one of the first Latino players to make a huge impact in MLB, one of the first Puerto Rican players to make a huge impact in MLB. Many of the Puerto Rican players that came up behind him would say that he was such a huge influence on them. And again, every year Major League Baseball hands out the Roberto Clemente Award, which is given to people given to players that are support humanitarian causes and are big members of their community. Currently, 2023, the reigning winner of that award is Justin Turner, who plays for the Boston Red Sox, and he wears the number 21 on the back of his hat because he won that award. So Roberto Clemente, this is a special find, honestly. And again, this is we will open packs, and you'll see packs on this channel from the 70s, and you'll maybe see some 72 cards at some point. But a man who belonged to Pittsburgh, was beloved there, and is still beloved there to this day. And I am always happy to have the opportunity to talk about Roberto Clemente. All right. So these cards got a little bit messed up when I put them down. These are some of the other ones. Okay, so the first card out here is Curt Schilling, 97 postseason highlights. Set the righty whiff record in the 97 postseason for the Phillies. Of course, Curt Schilling would go on to be a postseason hero with the Diamondbacks and the Red Sox. And that's pretty much all I want to say about Curt Schilling today. Roberto Alomar, another Hall of Famer. So we have a couple. So those Orioles teams of these late 90s had quite a few Hall of Fame level players between Alomar and Cal Ripken and Harold Baines and a few others, and obviously amazing double play partner with Omar Vizquel from when they were in Cleveland together. I think he may have been right around the 3,000 hit club. I'm not positive, but tremendous defensive second baseman. And again, another great player from Puerto Rico. So, all right. So this is a interleague preview. So this is kind of quaint to think about it right now, but 1998 was the first year of interleague play. And now you think about it, how often teams play interleague. There's always interleague games going on because of the way that the leagues have been set up and the fact that now Major League Baseball has a slightly less imbalanced schedule than it used to. And so it was a big novelty in 1998 when there was a interleague games between, and this is the one highlighting Gary Sheffield versus Tino Martinez. Again, the 97, the Marlins won the World Series. 98, the Yankees won the World Series. So this was a matchup that I think people were really looking forward to. Darren Erstad was a sort of fiery leadoff hitter type for the Angels for many years. He was a key catalyst of their 2002 World Championship team. Leadoff hitter. He played at Nebraska. He was a two-way player. He played football and baseball. He was actually a punter at Nebraska. I believe he was on some of their national championship football teams in the 90s, and then went on to have a fantastic MLB career with the Angels. And like I said, absolutely beloved there, an important, very critical member of their 2002 championship team. And then you see more of the interleague preview here. Larry Walker, a Hall of Famer. Juan Gonzalez, who was the National League, or the American League MVP in 1998. Larry Walker hit 363 in 1998 for the Colorado Rockies, and again, eventually made his way to the Hall of Fame. Looks like we doubled up on the Mel Rojas, Scott Erickson. I think I may have picked up the cards in kind of the wrong order here. So anyway, so we already saw these cards. So kind of cool cards. The Hall of Fame cards here for our guy Harold Baines, also Roberto Alomar, and the cool, very cool, the prize of the set to me, any Roberto Alomar card is awesome to see. So that's going to do it for this edition of Wax Pack Wisdom for this pack of 1998 Topps. I hope you enjoyed this video. If we hope that also that if you did enjoy this video, that you'd subscribe to our channel, Wax Pack Wisdom. Give this video a like. Leave us a comment. Tell us what your favorite card was in this pack. Who was your favorite player? What was your favorite memory from the 1998 season? There was much to remember well from that season. Just tell us what you think. Also let us know if there's a pack of cards you'd like to see us open, if there's a set of cards out there that you're interested in. You can find links below where to follow Wax Pack Wisdom on all social media channels. Plus, we also have our list of nonprofits and charities that we love. We ask you to please consider donating to one or more of those charities if this video was something you enjoyed. It would mean a lot to me personally. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.